Ninth degree black belt, Grandmaster Hangung Lee, president and founder of Songahm Taekwondo and the 88 Black Belt Academies, proudly presents The Way of Traditional Taekwondo, Volume 7, Blue Belt. This is the 7th tape in a collection of reference materials covering the complete style of Songahm Taekwondo. It is designed to reinforce the materials that students learn from their instructors while attending classes. We strongly emphasize that this tape is not a replacement for classroom practice. Volume 7 of The Way of Traditional Taekwondo was developed for the 3rd grade Blue Belt student. Hi, I'm Rick Hebert. Welcome to Volume 7 of The Way of Traditional Taekwondo. As a Blue Belt, you're entering the 3rd and final phase of your color belt training. During this phase, it's important to demonstrate your black belt attitude. An attitude that consists of maintaining a positive mental attitude while demonstrating both courtesy and respect for others. This attitude should not stop when you leave the Taekwondo school, but should spill over into your everyday life. Whether you're in school, at home, or in the workplace, maintaining a black belt attitude will open a lot of doors for you. So remember that as you train during this final phase of your color belt. Now let's enjoy the tape as Masters M.K. Lee, Larry Hoover, and Jay Cole demonstrate the blue belt material for you. This tape is designed to help you learn and retain the blue belt material. By attending classes with your instructor, reading the Way encyclopedias, and watching the Way videos, you will be very well prepared for your next testing. Philosophy. You began your Taekwondo journey as a white belt. You continued your journey through the intermediate ranks, and now, as a blue belt, you are considered to be an advanced student of Songahm Taekwondo. The symbolic interpretation for the blue belt is, the tree reaches for the sky towards new heights. The tree constantly pushes upwards towards the sky as it strives to achieve new heights each day. At times, strong winds, storms, or even fire may threaten the tree, but it stands through these obstacles and reaches once again upward toward new heights. Types of movements. In this section, we will study speed and how it relates to our movements. Albert Einstein's formula for energy, as described in Chapter 2 of the Blue Belt Way Encyclopedia, shows that speed is more important than mass in developing power. We will demonstrate 2 types of speed, tension and slow motion. But first, let's take a closer look at Einstein's formula for creating power as it relates to Taekwondo. Einstein's formula states that power equals 1/2 the mass multiplied by the velocity squared. Basically, this means that speed is more important in generating power than is mass. Not every student has the genetic ability to develop larger muscles. However, every student does have the ability to develop more speed. This means that increased power is possible for anyone who is willing to work on increasing the speed of their techniques. Your instructor can offer you many techniques to increase your speed. As you advance in your training, you will be required to execute techniques which vary in speed. Techniques include tension, slow, and regular types of speed. Tension movements. Tension movements are executed with the muscles tensed. The entire movement should take 5 seconds to complete. Tension movements are an excellent way to condition your muscles while checking your quality of technique. Slow motion movements. Slow motion movements are similar to tension movements. Slow motion movements should take 2 seconds to complete and do not require the muscles to be tensed. Slow motion movements should be fluid and graceful. Stances. At the blue belt level, there are no new stances to introduce. However, in tournament competition and testings, judges will carefully observe the proper execution of each stance. So dedicate time during your training as a blue belt to practice and improve the quality of all previously learned stances. Blocks and strikes. The blue belt level introduces students to new variations of previously learned techniques. Albeit these techniques may be similar, attention should be paid to ensure proper execution. The head grab. The purpose of the head grab is to gain control of your opponent's head so that you can follow up with an additional technique such as a knee strike. Begin by chambering both hands in punch position. Extend and rotate your hands towards your target with both palms facing each other. Be sure to complete the technique at head level with your hands approximately one head width apart. When executing the head grab in Inwa 2, your hands should pass silently to the outside of your raised knee. In actual combat, your hands would grab the head, hair, ears, or wrap behind the neck to maintain control of your opponent. Twin upset punch. The twin upset punch is designed to deliver maximum power into the midsection of an opponent. The targets are primarily the stomach, solar plexus, or ribs. Prepare by fully chambering both hands with palms facing down near your ribs. Simultaneously extend the two punches while rotating both hands upward to strike your target. The strike should end with both hands facing palms up, resting at solar plexus level. Upset knife hand strike. The upset knife hand strike is a devastating tool when used for self-defense. The technique is most effective when applied to targets surrounding the face, neck, and throat. Begin by extending one fist towards your target. Your striking hand should be at face level in a knife hand block position. Simultaneously, retract your fist to your ribs as you begin the forward motion of the strike towards the target. Complete the strike by rotating your hand to a palm-up position, striking the target with the edge of your hand. Upward elbow strike. The upward elbow strike is used primarily to strike upwards to the chin, causing the head to quickly snap backwards. The strike point is the hard area between 1 and 4 inches from the point of the elbow. Begin by extending one arm out in punch position. Pull the other arm back with palm facing down next to your ribs. Simultaneously, retract one arm while rotating the hand of the striking arm to a palm down position while driving your elbow upwards to the target. Knife hand square block. The knife hand square block is executed in the same manner as the square block. The only difference is that your hands are open in knife hand position. Begin by chambering your hands in the knife hand high block, knife hand block starting position. Execute the technique, keeping both hands within inches of each other until reaching a position approximately in front of your nose, at which point each technique will break apart and continue toward its own target. Low X block. The low X block is a blocking technique that combines the strength of both arms to defend against front kicks and other upward strikes. The X block uses the top of both forearms to catch the attacking tool. Begin with both hands chambered, palm up next to your ribs. Rotate your fist while pushing your hands down toward your target. The completed technique ends with your hands crossing 2 to 3 inches above your wrist, blocking low enough to protect your groin area. Ridge hand block. The ridge hand block is similar to the ridge hand strike. The fingers are positioned in the same manner, but the chamber position is different. The ridge hand block is used for self-defense, while the ridge hand strike is used for offense. Begin by chambering the blocking hand in ridge hand position, palm down next to your ribs. Chamber your opposite fist, also with palm down, above your blocking arm. Simultaneously, retract your fist as your ridge hand moves toward the target. Rotate both hands during this movement. Complete the block by striking the target with the ridge hand strike point while chambering the opposite hand against the ribs. High-low block to the side. The high-low block to the side is a variation of the high-low block studied at purple belt. Begin by chambering one hand in a low block starting position and the other hand in an inner forearm block starting position. Simultaneously execute both blocks ending with proper low block and inner forearm block hand position. The hand in the high position will pass to the inside of the hand in the low position as the technique is being executed. Low knife hand block to the side. The low knife hand block to the side is used to protect against an attack towards the side of your body. Begin by chambering your hands in the traditional knife hand low block position. Simultaneously, execute a knife hand low block to the side while chambering the opposite hand to your ribs. Kicks. The kicks introduced at this level offer an exciting challenge for the blue belt student. It will take all of your black belt attitude to master these kicks. Do your best and you will be well rewarded. Jump spin crescent kick. The jump spin crescent kick delivers devastating force to its intended target. This force is created by jumping and spinning 360 degrees during the execution of the technique. Begin by bending your knees and focusing on your target. Begin to jump and spin by turning your head first. Chamber the kick during the jumping motion. As the striking leg approaches the target, extend your leg and strike the target at the peak of your jump. Land with your base leg first, followed by your kicking leg. Jump reverse inside crescent kick. The jump reverse inside crescent kick is still referred to by many as the butterfly kick. Its uses are both practical and powerful. Prepare by standing in a sparring stance with hands in the advanced arm-based position. Begin turning while rapidly propelling your rear leg upwards, lifting your body in the air. As you rotate, begin lifting your kicking leg. Extend your leg so it strikes the target at the peak of your jump. Land first with your base leg, followed by your kicking leg. Reverse round kick. The reverse round kick is used to confuse your opponent. Their initial reaction will be to defend or counter a reverse type of kick, when in actuality, you intend to execute a round kick to their opposite side. Begin the reverse motion of the technique by leading with your head. As you turn, drag and slightly lift your kicking leg in the direction of your target. Once past the target, rapidly lift your leg, striking your opponent with a round kick. Knee strike. The knee strike is a very powerful and efficient technique. It is most commonly used in street combat situations where you are in close with your opponent. Begin as if you had just completed the head grab. Drive your knee upward towards the face of your opponent as your hands force the head down. Allow your hands to move beyond your knee as the head is released. With the guidance of your instructor, consistent practice, and a black belt attitude, you will eventually master the kicks of the blue belt. Form. Inwa 2 begins a new series of patterns used to complete the color belt portion of the Songahm star. Inwa 2 is performed by completing two smaller square patterns which follow a figure 8 pattern. Inwa 2 has 8 phases lettered A, B, C, D, and opposites of A, B, C, and D. Phase A, X block, twin upset punch, jump front kick, reverse upward elbow strike, punch. Phase B, ridge hand block, low knife hand block, number 3 hook kick, round kick, back fist, knife hand strike. Phase A opposite, X block, twin upset punch, jump front kick, reverse upward elbow strike, punch. Phase B opposite, ridge hand block, low knife hand block, number 3 hook kick, round kick, back fist, knife hand strike. Phase C, low knife hand block, number 1 side kick, number 3 hook kick, double knife hand block. Phase D, knife hand square block, reverse upset knife hand strike, punch, head grab, knee strike, high-low block to the side. Phase C opposite, low knife hand block, number 1 side kick, number 3 hook kick, double knife hand block. Phase D opposite, knife hand square block, reverse upset knife hand strike, punch, head grab, knee strike, high-low block to the side. Begin Inwa 2 in the at ease position. Relax in this position until given the next command. Kenye. Chumbi. Shijak. Inwa 2 has 42 movements and 3 gyops. The gyops are performed during movements 13, 23, and 33. Baro. Shio. Self-defense. Self-defense movements should be practiced until they become both natural and spontaneous. The more you practice, the more natural the movements will become. Attackers may vary their angles of attack to increase the spontaneity of the drill. Number 1. Counterclockwise turn with arm lockup, shoulder grab, knee strike to common peroneal, arm bar, takedown. Number 2. Clockwise turn with arm lockup, palm heel strike to brachial plexus origin, headlock, knee strike, thumb strike to brachial plexus origin. Free sparring. There are 4 comments commonly made by junior ranks after sparring with a senior instructor. Number 1, I blocked the first technique but got scored on by the second. Number 2, I was scored on before I even saw them move. Number 3, after a minute, I was totally out of breath, but he or she wasn't even breathing heavy. Number 4, he or she seemed to block before I even kicked. So welcome to the advanced levels of sparring, where we begin to study the techniques which cause these comments to be made. Let's begin by studying the importance of using combinations. Combinations are a series of techniques executed with the intent of striking a target until the target has been successfully penetrated. If your first strike scores, execute a second. If your second scores, execute a third or retreat. Avoid executing single techniques that can be blocked or easily evaded. Don't telegraph your actions. Subtle movements of your body can telegraph what you are about to do. Advanced students train to eliminate their telegraphs. Some common telegraphs include leaning your upper body back in preparation for a kick, or even looking down before you kick. You get scored on so fast because you telegraphed and they didn't. Wasting energy is a sign of inexperience. Treat your techniques as if they were gold. Don't waste them or it will cost you. Seniors conserve energy by executing short, offensive combinations and then wait for the next scoring opportunity. As you waste energy, both your offensive and defensive techniques suffer. You must learn to fight smarter, not harder. Relax as you execute and concentrate on speed, not power. Reading a telegraph. Skilled black belts do not consciously respond to a technique. Rather, they subconsciously respond to subtle body movements that telegraph their opponent's intentions. Reading telegraphs is not reacting to a foot coming towards your head or a punch to the body. It is responding to the lean of your opponent's body before the kick or the dip of their shoulder before they punch. Reading the telegraph allows ample time to prepare the proper response. At times it seems like their block was there before you kicked. Other times it seems as if they were gone before you kicked. Remember, reading is fundamental. Board breaking. In Songahm Taekwondo, blue belts are required to break boards for rank promotion. Emphasis is placed on introducing students to the art of breaking versus demonstrating their power. Grandmaster Lee has endorsed the use of rebreakable boards. Deciding factors of using rebreaks versus wood boards included issues of ecology, safety, cost savings, and consistency. Blue belts have 3 breaking options to choose from: the round kick, the front kick, and the side kick. Students can choose from a number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4 type of any of the kicks for their break. Seek your instructor's guidance on the best break for you. Let's begin by studying the round kick. Prepare for the round kick by positioning yourself slightly to the side of the board. This helps ensure that the ball of the foot is the strike point and not the toes. Lift the knee while driving it toward the board. Pivot during the kick to allow the strike to penetrate the board. The front kick. Chamber for the front kick by keeping your knee high and towards the board. Extend the front kick towards the board. Drive your foot upwards and through the board, striking with the ball of the foot. A slight pivot will allow the strike to penetrate through the board. The side kick. Execute the side kick by first chambering the leg so that the heel is pointed at the target. Proper pivoting will align your hip and foot, allowing for an efficient strike. Strike with the heel as you penetrate through the board. Successful board breaking requires practice. Attention must be paid to using the correct procedure, board size, direction, holder setup, and proper technique. To learn more about board breaking, refer to Volume 7 of the Way of Traditional Taekwondo Encyclopedia for Blue Belts. Well, that's the end of another great tape. Please remember, during these final phases of your color belt training, to always do your best and maintain a black belt attitude. I'll see you at brown belt.
Nice, man. Nice, man. Oh, my calf. That's too close. Yes, sir. Even further, further. Further, even more further tapping against the leg. You do it. You just act up a little. You're crazy, okay, but very powerful. After we got to pick him off a couple times. So. You got it. Shot. That's pretty good. They're getting crazy. All right.